All right, welcome back to Jammin' Sports, everybody, as we're about ready to start our fifth and final game of the day. Yes, 5 games. And our fifth one is an NFC Central matchup. It'd be the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. Now, Detroit comes in at 5-10. They've been eliminated from the playoffs already. The Vikings, if they were to win today, they would knock out the Buccaneers, and they would also, well, the Rams are already out. If the Vikings win, they're not in yet, but if they win, they will knock out the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the Vikings would have to hope. Let's see here. Let's look at the stand. I'm looking at the conference records. If Minnesota wins this game, they'll finish with a 6-6 conference record. And they would have to hope. All right. If the Vikings win, they need the Falcons to lose for them to make the playoffs. All right. If the Vikings were to lose, if the Vikings lose, both Arizona and Atlanta are in, no matter who wins on Monday night with that game. But there's still seeding involved and all that. So there you go. All right. Evil Dead is now, let's see. Do I have this right? I got you 142-88. Is that right? Yeah, 26 games. No, 50. What were you before this, Evil Dead? I lost track. You were 54. Wait, you started the day at 52. You got 4 games right. No, you only got 3 games right. So you're 2 games. You should be 56. That's what I got here. 56. 142-88. 56 games. Yeah, you're 56 games over. Okay? Because you started the day 54. And you've gotten 3 out of 4 right. So you should be at 56, which I have here. 142-88. There you go. All right. There we go. Just want to make sure I had it right. All right. If you're watching on YouTube, please follow, like, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Let's head out to Minneapolis for this one. Lions, Vikings. Let's see if the Vikings can keep their playoff hopes alive here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome into U.S. Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's the Lions and the Vikings. Welcome in to another NFL matchup here at Jammin' Sports. Great to have you along. Waldo's 2-2 today. Let's see what Viking team shows. Evil Dead's taking the Purple People Eaters in this one. The Vikings have to win to keep their playoff hopes alive. If they lose, they are out. If the Vikings lose, then both the Cardinals and the Bears, well, the Bears are already in. The Cardinals and the Falcons would both be in. Jack's going with the Lions. Lions get the ball first from the 5 over the 20-25. On the return, Dylan Neal out to the 29-yard line. And that's where Detroit will have it first. Taylor Lane Dickerson, the 9th-year quarterback out of Wake Forest. Detroit comes in at 5-10. They are out of the playoffs, but they can knock the Vikings out of the playoffs if they beat them. What happened last game? The Bengals beat the Colts. They smacked down on them. 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. 4 wide, 3 to the near side. Dickerson in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Aaron's in motion. Dickerson looking, throws downfield and incomplete. Looking for Kevin Aarons, the tight end, incomplete. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Dickerson, the 9th-year quarterback out of Wake Forest. Kevin Aarons, the tight end, in his 3rd year out of UCLA. It's not a joke. The Bengals beat the Colts. Upset. 2nd and 10 from the 29-yard line. Dickerson in the shotgun. Aarons in motion. Dickerson looking. Dickerson throws across the middle, caught by Dylan Neal, and Neal out to the 42-yard line. And that'll be a gain of 13 yards and a Detroit first down. Dylan Neal in his 7th year out of VMI. The Vikings beat the Chiefs last week to get into this position where they can make the playoffs. 1st and 10 for the 42. Dickerson in the gun. 4 wide. Dickerson back. Dickerson looking. Throws and incomplete. Threw it at the feet of Neal. It'll be 2nd and 10. If the Vikings win, they still need some help to make the playoffs. They would have to hope that the Falcons lose. 2nd and 10 from the 42-yard line. In the I formation, Dickerson under center. Dickerson fakes the handoff. Looking in trouble. Gets sacked. Back at the 33-yard line. Andy Doris. A loss of 10 yards. Doris, the 13th year defensive end out of Wisconsin. And that'll bring up 3rd and 20 for Detroit. Lions can be spoilers. They can boot the Vikings out of the playoffs if they beat them here today. Our 5th and final game today. We'll have 4 tomorrow, starting at 6 Eastern. 3rd and 20 from the 33-yard line. Lions come out 5 wide, empty backfield. Dickerson in the shotgun. Dickerson drops back, throws downfield, and incomplete. Looking for Philip White. It was Butler that knocked it away. John Butler, the 4th-year defensive back out of Michigan. White couldn't hold on. 3rd-year receiver out of Florida. It'll be 4th and 20. And Jeremiah Restrepo will come back to punt for Detroit on 4th and 20. Restrepo gets the punt away. Fair caught at the 22-yard line by Vince Ellington. And the Vikings will take over. Ellington in his 2nd year out of Harvard. And now the starting quarterback, Jay Foster, the 5th-year quarterback out of Michigan. So the Lions had to punt on their opening drive. This will be Minnesota's opening drive. 1st and 10 from their own 22-yard line. Three wide to the far side. Foster in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Foster looking. Foster throws down the middle and incomplete. A flag is down. I think we have a roughing the passer. No, pass interference on Detroit. On Bryce Anderson. In his 8th year out of Georgia, the defensive back. And that'll be an automatic first down. 1st and 10 for the Vikings at their own 35-yard line. 6:41 left in the first quarter. No score. Detroit had to punt on their opening drive. This is the Vikings' opening drive. In the I formation. Foster hands off to Maffa, and Phil Maffa to the 39-yard line. A gain of 4. Maffa in his 2nd year out of Clemson. 2nd and 6 from the 39-yard line. Vikings come out 4 wide, 2nd and 6. Foster under center. Foster, play action, rolls out. Foster looking, dumps it off. And he dumped it off to number 84. I'm looking for 84 on the roster. There he is. James Maddox, the 2nd-year tight end out of Eastern Michigan. He's down on the depth chart. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2 for the Vikings now at their own 43-yard line. 4 wide, Foster in the shotgun. Foster to Maffa, draw play, picks up the first down across midfield to the Lions' 44-yard line. A gain of 13 yards for Phil Maffa and a Viking first down. Tackle made by Quincy Grady, the 4th-year defensive tackle out of Colorado. First down, Minnesota at the Detroit 44-yard line. 5.5 minutes left to play. Here in the first quarter, no score. Vikings on the move, 3 wide to the far side. Foster under center. Foster to Maffa. No, he fakes it. Throws. Caught by Lawson Underwood, the tight end, out to the 37. A gain of 8. And that'll bring up 2nd and 2. So we're coming up on 5 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. Vikings opening drive. 4 wide. Foster in the shotgun on 2nd and 2. Foster looking. Foster throws and caught by John Mills, the 4th-year receiver out of UNLV, down to the 23-yard line. A gain of 14 yards and a Viking first down. 4:40 and counting. Nice Viking drive so far. In the I formation, Foster under center. Foster to Maffa, and Maffa to the 19-yard line. A gain of 4 yards to bring up 2nd and 6. 4:18 and counting here in the first quarter. Vikings have worked it down to the Lions' 19-yard line. 2nd and 6. 4 wide. Maffa in the gun. Maffa takes the handoff to the 16 as Foster hands off to him. A gain of 3 yards to bring up 3rd and 3. Cody Neal on the tackle. 12th-year linebacker out of Oklahoma State. 3rd and 3 for the Vikings at the Detroit 16-yard line. Foster in the shotgun this time. 3 to the near side. Foster takes the snap. Throws and caught by John Mills down to the 7-yard line. A gain of 9. And that'll be a Viking first down. Mills in his 4th year out of UNLV. Cody Neal, the linebacker, on the tackle in his 12th year out of Oklahoma State. The all-pro linebacker. 1st and goal, Vikings at the Lions 7. In the offset I, Foster under center. Foster to Maffa. And Maffa is going to be nailed in the backfield. Doing the nailing is Boswell. And I'm looking for Bob. There he is. James Boswell, the 3rd-year linebacker out of Citadel. A loss of 6. Back to the 13-yard line. 2nd and goal for the Vikings. As we're down to 3 minutes left in the first quarter, no score. Vikings trying to punch it in here. Vikings come out in the I. Foster under center. Foster to Maffa. And Maffa to the 12, a gain of a yard. Lions are right there. On the tackle, number 51, Stephen Brown, the rookie linebacker out of LSU. 3rd and goal from the 12-yard line. 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Vikings come out. Foster in the shotgun on 3rd down. Maffa in motion. Foster throws to Maffa in the flat. And the Lions are there. Cody Neal. And that's going to be a 4-yard loss back to the 16-yard line. One of the offensive linemen got shaken up. Number 76. That's T.J. Madison, the left tackle. It'll be 4th and goal. The Vikings will kick a field goal. This will be a 33-yard attempt by Randy Lloyd to get the Vikings on the board first. The Viking drive stalls out inside the 20. Now Lloyd from 33 yards. Snap, kick is up. And it's good. Vikings lead it 3-0. .2:14 left to play here in the first quarter. Live from US Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week 17 here at Jammin' Sports. Vikings at 9-6. They have to win to keep their playoff hopes alive, trying to get to 10-6. And now the kickoff. And that'll be fielded at the 4-yard line by Dylan Neal. And Neal brings it out to the 27-yard line. I'm looking at the standings now. Arizona, Chicago, and Atlanta, along with Minnesota, are all 9-6. Now, Atlanta plays Arizona. One of those teams is going to lose and be 9-7. If the Vikings win, they're in. I misspoke earlier. I forgot about the teams that lost earlier today. If the Vikings win, they slide into the playoffs because they'll be 10-6. Inside pass caught by Phillip White, the third-year receiver out of Florida for the Lions, a gain of 9. Yeah, I keep forgetting that the Cardinals and the Falcons play each other. So one of those two teams is going to be 9-7. If the Vikings win, they're in. They'll be a wild card. On 2nd and 1, Dickerson in trouble, has to throw it away. It'll be 3rd down. So if the Vikings win, that Atlanta-Arizona game will be for a playoff spot on Monday. The winner will be in, the loser will be out. I'm hoping the Vikings win, so there's some drama on Monday. 3rd and 1, Dickerson in the shotgun. Aaron in motion. Dickerson hands off to Carter Jamison, and Jamison gets hit for a 4-yard loss in the backfield. Coming in to make the tackle, Eric Mason, the 6th-year defensive tackle out of Maryland. It'll be 4th and 5, and the Lions will have to punt. In the back of my mind, I was saying, because of all the teams that lost earlier today, if the Vikings win, they should be in, and they are, if they win. They don't need any help. Jeremiah Restrepo back to punt. Restrepo gets the punt away. And that'll be caught at the 26-yard line. And there is a scenario where the Bears can win their division or not even make the playoffs, depending on what happens. If the Vikings win, if the Bears lose to the Packers, the Bears might not even make it. I'll have to take a look again. 1st and 10 from the 26. Foster throws down the middle, and Lost Underwood can't hold on. Let's see. Who's got the better? Well, no, the Bears could still win. Okay. No, they're not. Yeah, they are a lock. They are a lock. Foster, 2nd and 10. I was just looking at it again. And it's caught by Rondé James out to the 33-yard line, a gain of 7. It'll be 3rd and 3. The Bears are locked in. But they can fall to be number 6. It all depends on what happens with the Cardinals and the Falcons. In the offset eye on 3rd and 3. Foster looking. Foster throws, and it's caught on the sideline by number 85, Thomas Merced, out to the 41-yard line. And that'll be a Viking 1st down. 39 seconds left to play in the 1st quarter. The Bears could be anything. The Bears could be division champs or all the way down to number 6 in the seeding, depending on what happens. Foster, 1st and 10. Down the sideline, John Mills on the catch, down to the 34. 25 yards to John Mills, the 4th-year receiver out of UNLV. Claxton on the tackle. David Claxton, the 3rd-year safety out of Syracuse. We're down to 10 seconds left. Last play of the 1st quarter. Vikings up 3-0. Foster looking. Foster throws. Caught by Underwood. And Underwood down to the 21-yard line. 13 yards and a 1st down. At the end of 1, Vikings up 3-0. Here at Jammin' Sports. And welcome back to U.S. Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. We go to the 2nd quarter. The Vikings lead the Lions 3-0. The Vikings secure a playoff spot with a win. A wild card spot. They cannot win the division. because the Packers have beat them twice. 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. Foster back. Foster throws a wobbly pass, incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 21-yard line. We're in the second quarter. Vikings up 3-0 on the Lions. Lions trying to be spoiler for the Vikings. In the I formation, Foster under center. 2nd and 10. Foster looking. Foster throws and caught. No, dropped. Tried to get it out to Jay Simpson, the fullback, in his 6th year out of UNLV. What's with all the players out of UNLV on both these teams? It'll be 3rd and 10 for the Vikings at the Lion 21-yard line. 4 wide, 3 to the far side. Foster in the shotgun. Foster looking. Foster throws and back of the end zone. Great catch. John Mills, 21 yards. And the Vikings go up 9-0. Yeah, the Vikings cannot win the division, but they can secure a wild card. I was just double checking that. And now Randy Lloyd will come on for the extra point. Lloyd for the PAT. Snap, kick is up. And it's good. Vikings lead at 10-0, a 8-play drive, 74 yards. 7:48 left to play in the half. Vikings up 10-0. Yeah, the Bears are in one way or the other. They could be as high as a 3 seed. There's even a possibility of being a 2 seed. Or they can be as low as a 6 seed. There's the kick from the 3-yard line. Dylan Neal on the return over the 20, 25, and Neal out to the 27-yard line. That's where Detroit will have it, 1st and 10. 7:43 left here in the first half. Things will start making sense tomorrow. After tonight, we have 7 regular season games left. Things will come into sharper focus tomorrow. 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Lions come out. Dickerson in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Dickerson looking. Dickerson throws and caught by Philip White. And White to the 43-yard line. That'll be a gain of 16 yards and a 1st down for Detroit. Vikings up 10-0. If Detroit wins, the Vikings are knocked out. 4 wide. Dickerson under center. 1st and 10. See if the Lions can get back in this game. Dickerson hands off. Nope, play action looking. Dickerson rolls out. And he's going to get sacked back at the 35-yard line. A loss of 8 yards. And somebody else is dropping. The sack was made by Andy Doris, the 13th year defensive end out of Wisconsin. It'll be 2nd and 18 back at the 35-yard line. In order for the Bears to win the division, they have to beat the Packers by at least 19. Because that's how far down the tiebreakers go. 2nd and 18 from the 35-yard line. Dickerson in the gun. Point differential is going to come down to that. Dickerson looking, throws, and is caught by Kevin Aarons out to the 40-yard line, a gain of 5. It'll be 3rd and 13. If the Bears beat the Packers, they'll have the same record. They'll have identical division records. They'll have identical conference records. And the next tiebreaker is point differential. 3rd and 13 from the 40-yard line. Dickerson in the shotgun. Dickerson looking. Dickerson throws near side and caught by Philip White out to the 49-yard line. A gain of 10. That's going to bring up 4th and 3. Lions come up short of the first down, and they'll have to punt. Right now, the Packers lead the Bears in point differential by 18, plus 18. Jeremiah Restrepo back to punt for the Lions on 4th down. Gets the punt away. And that's going to be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. First and 10, Minnesota at the 25. .6:19 left in the half. Vikings up 10-0. They come out 4 wide. Foster under center. Foster throws quickly and a little bit behind his intended target, John Mills. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. 6:17 left in the half. Vikings don't care about all the playoff scenarios. They just want to win to secure a wild card. In the I formation, Foster under center. Foster to Maffa, and Maffa to the 27-yard line. A gain of 2 yards. C.J. Keys on the tackle. Or Johnny Keys, I'm sorry, the rookie out of Ole Miss. It'll be 3rd and 8 for the Vikings at their own 27-yard line. 5 wide for Minnesota. Foster in the shotgun. Foster looking. Foster throws deep and caught by Rondé James out to the 41-yard line. That's a gain of 14 yards. The 4th-year receiver out of Arizona. First down, Minnesota. Vikings can make this a 3-score game with a touchdown on this drive. 5:35 and counting here in the second quarter. Vikings come out. Foster in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Foster to Maffa, and Phil Maffa to the 43-yard line. A gain of 2 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd and 8. .5:10 and counting. Vikings come out 4 wide, 3 to the near side. Foster in the shotgun on 2nd down. Foster drops back, throws quickly, caught, coming across, making the catch. Thomas Merced out to the 50-yard line, a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 1 for the Vikings. 4:40 and counting. Here in the second quarter, in the I formation, Foster under center on 3rd and 1 from the 50-yard line. Foster to Maffa around the outside, picks up the first down the sideline, down to the 39, a gain of 11, and a Viking first down. Is it just me, or are the Vikings getting hot at the right time? They put a beat down on the Chiefs last week, and now they're putting a beat down on the Lions this week. 4 wide, 3 to the near side. Foster in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Foster to Maffa around the outside, and Maffa all the way down to the 28, a gain of 11. Another Viking first down. Phil Maffa now getting big chunks of yardage on just about every carry. Bryce Anderson, the defensive back, on the tackle. 4 minutes left in the half. Vikings come out in the I. Foster under center, 1st and 10. Foster, play action. He's in trouble, and he gets taken down at the 33-yard line. A loss of 4 yards. Boswell on the tackle. James Boswell, the linebacker, in his 3rd year out of Citadel. 2nd and 14, back at the 33-yard line. 3:40 and counting. Three wide to the far side on 2nd and 14 from the Lion 33-yard line. Now they shift. Foster still in the shotgun. 5 wide now, empty backfield. Foster back, throws quickly, out to the side. Lawson Underwood down to the 26. And that'll be a gain of 6. It'll be 3rd and 8 from the 26-yard line. Coming up on 3 minutes left in the half. Vikings up 10-0. Foster in the shotgun on 3rd and 8. Maffa in motion. Foster back. Throws to Maffa. Turns upfield. And Maffa to the 25-yard line. A gain of just a yard. It'll be 4th and 1, or 4th and 7, excuse me. As the tackle was made by Keys. Johnny Keys, the rookie out of Ole Miss, the safety. 4th and 7. This will be a 42-yard field goal attempt by Randy Lloyd to put the Vikings up by 13. Davis in the house. We're on our 5th game, and Davis finally shows up. There's the kick. And it's good. Vikings lead at 13-0. .226 left to play here in the first half. Live from U.S. Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week 17 here at Jammin' Sports. Lions playing like they're not going to the playoffs. And now James Spalding will kick off for Minnesota. From the 6-yard line on the return, number 85, Avery Grayson, out to the 24-yard line, the 4th-year receiver out of New Mexico State. 2:22 left to play here in the first half. 1st and 10, Detroit. Down 13-0. First and 10 from the 24-yard line. Lions come out. Are they playing today? Dickerson under center. Hands off to Jamison. He gets hit in the backfield. A 2-yard loss. Ty Martin on the tackle. The 8th-year linebacker out of Tennessee. It'll be 2nd and 12 back at the 22-yard line. And that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning here in the first half. Vikings up 13-0. There it is, 2-minute warning. U.S. Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week 17 here at Jammin' Sports. On 2nd and 12, Dickerson in the shotgun. Dickerson draws back. Dickerson looking, throws downfield and caught. And out of bounds as Isaac Peak out to the 45-yard line. 33 yards to Peak in his 4th year out of Montana. Actually, I had it wrong. 23 yards. They did not cross midfield. 1st and 10, Lions at their own 45. 4 to the far side. Dickerson in the shotgun. In motion is Dickerson. Or Dickerson's back. Jameson in motion. I'm all messed up. They throw outside to Jameson. Turns upfield and gets out to the 44-yard line. A gain of 11. And that'll be a Lions first down into Viking territory. Detroit trying to get on the board before halftime. 1:35 and counting. Lions go to the no-huddle offense. 4 wide. Dickerson back. Looking. Throws down the middle and caught by Kevin Aarons, the tight end, down to the 32-yard line. A gain of 12. And that'll be a Lions first down. Detroit and Minnesota still have 3 timeouts. 1:10 and counting. Lions down to the Viking 32. 1 minute left in the half. Dickerson in the shotgun. Dickerson back. Dickerson rolls out and throws it away. Incomplete. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10. This is our 5th game today. The Eagles beat the Cowboys. The Dolphins beat the Panthers. The Buccaneers beat the Broncos in overtime. And the Bengals upset the Colts. 2nd and 10 from the 32-yard line, 5 wide. Dickerson looking, throws underneath, and caught by Peak down to the 27-yard line. A gain of 5. That'll bring up 3rd and 5. Detroit takes a timeout. They have 2 left. 49 seconds left in the half. Lions come out 4 to the near side. Dickerson in the shotgun on third down. In motion is White. Dickerson drops back. It's going to get sacked back at the 36-yard line. A loss of 9 on the play. Sack made by Kerry Seymour, the rookie linebacker out of Oklahoma. And that'll bring up 4th and 14 for Detroit. And it pretty much takes them out of field goal range. Great sack by Seymour. If the Vikings win, the Buccaneers will be eliminated. Detroit's going to try a field goal. This will be from 53 yards. Drew Lyons to get the Lions on the board. Snap, kick is up. And the kick is no good. He missed it wide right. He Scott Norwooded it. It remains a 13-0 ball game in favor of the Vikings. With 4 seconds left in the half. Let's see what the Vikings want to do. They had the ball in great field position at their own 43-yard line. Let's see if they just chuck it deep and try to get a touchdown. In all likelihood, the last play of the half, barring a defensive penalty. Foster in the shotgun. Foster. Oh, they throw a swing pass. They fool everybody. Rondé James down the sideline. Watch this. Touchdown, Vikings. Are you kidding me? On a swing pass. Are you kidding me? 57 yards, Rondé James on a swing pass. The Lions, they weren't expecting that. And James just outran the entire secondary for 57 yards and a touchdown. Wow. And now the extra point by Randy Lloyd. I've seen everything now. Kick is up. And it's good. We go to halftime. Halftime score, the Vikings 20, the Lions nothing. Here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to U.S. Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. The Vikings on a 57-yard swing pass for a touchdown. They end the half, lead the Lions 20-0. If the Vikings win, I was just taking a look at this during the break. I'll tell you right after this. I want to clarify something. There's the kickoff. Minnesota gets the ball first from the 5-yard line. Ellington brings it out to the 28-yard line. If the Vikings win, we will know who our 6 NFC playoff teams are. The Giants and the 49ers, they've already won their division. The Packers are in as a wild card already. The Vikings and the Bears, if the Vikings win, the Vikings and Bears are both in. And the winner of the Atlanta-Arizona game would be in, and the loser would be out. So there you go, a little clarification of what's going on. Yeah, Bears are locked in. Vikings will be locked in. It'll come down to that game on Monday. 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. Foster under center. And that's the final game of the season. That's the Monday night game. Foster hands off to Maffa. And Maffa out to the 31-yard line. A gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Johnny Keys on the tackle, the rookie safety out of Ole Miss. Vikings have dominated this one so far, up 20-0. And they have the ball here in the third quarter. 2nd and 7 at the Lion 31-yard line. But a rough year for Detroit. They're 5-10 coming in. Foster under center. Foster, play action. Foster throws and caught by Rondé James, who's had a big day. He's down to the 39-yard line. That's a 30-yard gain for Rondé James into Lions territory. He's having a huge day. 4th-year receiver out of Arizona. 1st and 10 Vikings at the Lion 39-yard line. Vikings just moving at will now. 4 wide, 3 to the far side. Foster under center. Foster, play action, rolls out, throws, near side, caught by Underwood. Only gains a yard out to the 38-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 9. Lawson Underwood, the 11th year tight end out of Iowa. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Vikings. Minnesota can make it a 4-score game with a touchdown. Foster, I don't know who that was to. Incomplete. Threw it behind his receiver. It'll be 3rd and 9 from the Lion 38-yard line. 6:45 left to play here in the third quarter. Vikings up 20-0. It's been all Minnesota so far. Vikings come out 5 wide. Foster in the shotgun on 3rd down. Foster draws back. Foster looking. Throws outside to Underwood. And Lawson Underwood to the 32-yard line. A gain of, looks like 6 yards. It'll be 4th and 3 at the 32-yard line. This will be a 49-yard field goal. Randy Lloyd will come on from 49 yards to increase the Viking lead. It'll keep it a 3-score game, though. Kick is up, and it's good. Vikings go up 23-0. The domination continues here at U.S. Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Week 17, here at Jammin' Sports. Vikings up 23-0 on the Lions with 6:13 left in the third quarter. Evil Dead likes this. Jax does not. I have Evil Dead at... I'm still kind of confused. There's the kick. From the 7-yard line on the return is Dylan Neal out to the 28. And that's where Detroit will have it. 1st and 10, 6:08 left here in the third quarter. Some highlights, or lowlights in this case. Dickerson getting sacked, and Dickerson getting sacked. That's right, you're up 52 coming in. Right, you're 54. And I'm just trying to make sure that's what I got. That's what I got. I was just double checking. 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. Dickerson throws near side. Caught by Jamison out to the 29-yard line. A gain of a yard, it'll be 2nd and 9. Lewis on the tackle. That's Dave, or yeah, it's Lewis. Boy, I get punch drunk when I get into my 5th game. John Lewis, the rookie out of South Florida. 2nd and 9 from the 29-yard line in the I formation. Dickerson fakes the handoff, and he gets sacked by Andy Doris back at the 21-yard line. A loss of 8. It'll be 3rd and 17. Boy, Doris has had a big day. 3 sacks on Dickerson. Dickerson's been a sack magnet. Third and 17 for the Lions at their own 21-yard line. Dickerson gets sacked again back at the 13-yard line. A loss of 8 yards. This time the sack by number 92, John Lewis, the rookie out of South Florida. It'll be 4th and 25, and that's Detroit's season in a nutshell right there. 4th and 25. Back to punt, Jeremiah Restrepo. Vikings are just dominating. It's amazing how much they are. Restrepo gets the punt away. From and fair caught at the 40-yard line by Ace Ellington, or Vince Ellington, excuse me. Some highlights. Rondé James, that was the touchdown right before halftime, 57 yards. And that was John Mills' touchdown from earlier. I had it right. It was Ace Ellington. 1st and 10, Minnesota. At their own 40, up 23-0. Boy, this one's getting out of hand. I was double checking it, but yeah, you're 54 at 142 and 88. I was going back just to make sure. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line, 4 wide. Foster in the shotgun, hands off to Maffa. And Maffa to the 45-yard line, a gain of 4. Be 2nd and 6. Tackle made by Stephen Brown, the rookie out of LSU. I was just double checking my math. I was making sure my card was right. Make sure it matched up with yours. It does. 2nd and 6 from the 45. Foster under center. Foster hands off to Maffa around the outside. And Maffa will lose a yard back to the 43-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 7. Tackle made by number 25, Bryce Anderson. Detroit during the offseason, they're going to have to regroup, try to figure out what went wrong. 3rd and 7 from the 43-yard line. Foster in the shotgun. Under 4 minutes left in the third. Foster back, throws to Maffa. Maffa escapes the tackle, and Maffa out to the 44-yard line. Short of the marker, be 4th and 7. Cody Neal on the tackle for Detroit. It'll be 4th down, and the Vikings will have to punt. We'll have 4 games for you tomorrow. We'll start at 6 Eastern. Back to punt, James Spalding. Spalding gets the punt away. And that's going to drift into the end zone. Touchback. Detroit will have it 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. 3:26 left to play here in the third quarter. Live from U.S. Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week 17 here at Jammin' Sports. We'll go over tomorrow's lineup here in a second. Lions come out. Dickerson under center. Aaron's in motion. Dickerson. Play action. Watch out. He's going to get sacked again. Kerry Seymour on the sack. A loss of 9. Back to the 11-yard line. The rookie out of Oklahoma, the linebacker. Dickerson's had a rough day. He hasn't thrown any picks, but he's been sacked like 6 times now. 2nd and 19 back at the 11-yard line. Coming up on 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Look at the total yards. Detroit only has 46 rushing and 51 passing. They hand off to Jamison out to the 14-yard line. Actually, they have 51 total yards prior to that play. I read that wrong. It'll be 3rd and 16 at the 14 now for Detroit. Or as the Evil Dead would say, quality. Detroit has yet to convert on 3rd down. 5 wide, empty backfield. Dickerson back. Dickerson looking. Throws downfield. They finally do. Kevin Aarons out to the 40-yard line. A gain of 26 yards and a Lions first down. 2:20 left to play. Here in the third quarter. 1st and 10 Detroit at their own 40-yard line, down 23-0. Lions come out, everybody in tight. Dickerson under center. Aaron's in motion. Dickerson drops back, throws, and caught by Aaron's underneath. He only gets 2 yards out to the 42-yard line. Tackle made by Lawrence Burnside, the 5th-year safety out of BYU. It'll be 2nd and 8. 1:46 and counting. 4 wide, 3 to the near side. Dickerson in the shotgun on 2nd down. Dickerson looking. Dickerson throws near side and caught by Philip White out to the 48-yard line. A gain of 7. That'll bring up 3rd and 1. .120 left here in the third quarter. 4 wide for the Lions, 3 to the far side. Dickerson in the shotgun, 3rd and 1 from the 48. Dickerson back. Dickerson throws and caught by Dylan Neal out to the Viking 45-yard line. That'll be a gain of 7, and that'll be a Lions first down. We're down to 55 seconds left in the third quarter. Vikings up 23-0. Lions come out 4 wide, 3 to the near side. Dickerson in the shotgun. Dickerson throws near side and caught by Philip White to the 38-yard line. A gain of 7 will be 2nd and 3. Lions on the move, trying to get back in this game. 2nd and 3 from the 38-yard line. 4 wide, single back, Dickerson under center. Dickerson looking, throws, and caught. This time, the catch was made by Jermaine Banks, the 4th-year tight end out of Buffalo, down to the 28-yard line. A gain of 10, and that'll be another Detroit first down. However, that's going to do it for the third quarter. Vikings up 23-0 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to U.S. Bank Stadium. We start the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 for the Lions at the Viking 28-yard line. Everybody in tight. Dickerson under center. Aaron's in motion. Dickerson fakes the handoff. Throws deep and incomplete. Broken up. Lawrence Burnside broke up that pass intended for Aaron's, the 5th-year safety out of BYU. 2nd and 10 from the 28-yard line. Lions come out 3 to the near side. Dickerson in the shotgun. 2nd and 10. Dickerson hands off to Jamison, and Carter Jamison to the 27-yard line. A gain of a yard. Carter Jamison in his 4th year out of Oregon State. Donovan St. Paul on the tackle, the linebacker, in his 4th year out of Dayton. 3rd and 9 for the Lions at the Viking 27-yard line. 4 wide for Detroit. Dickerson under center. Dickerson rolls out, throws downfield, and caught by Isaac Peak down to the 3-yard line. A gain of 24. First down, Detroit. 1st and goal from the Viking 3. 7-12 and counting. Lions come out 5 wide, empty backfield. Dickerson in the shotgun. 1st and goal from the 3. Dickerson looking, throws near side, caught, touchdown. Isaac Peak, a 3-yard touchdown catch. The Lions finally get on the board. The 4th-year receiver out of Montana. It's now 23-6, a 17-point game. Detroit will kick the extra point. Waldo, yes, Lions score. They're going to go for 2. All right. Make it a 15-point game. Dickerson, 2-point try. Peak makes the catch. The 2-point try is good. So it's now 23-15. I'm sorry, 23-8. A 15-point lead for the Vikings with 6:56 left to play. It's a 2-possession game now. I don't know if the Lions have enough time. Their defense is going to have to get a stop. Vikings clinch a wild card in the NFC with a win. Drew Lyons will kick off for Detroit. They're going to kick it away. No onside kick yet. There's the kick. And this will be fielded at the 7-yard line. Bringing it back is number 23, Luke Joyner. Joyner fumbles, and who comes up with it? Detroit does. Whoa. Lions recover the loose football. Dan Jackson, the safety on the special teams, recovers it. And now the Lions have a chance to make it a one-score game. 1st and 10 at the Viking 31-yard line. Wow. This game just got interesting. Dickerson back. 1st and 10. Throws outside and caught by Neal. Down to the 26-yard line. A gain of 4. Alex Woodson makes the tackle. The defensive back. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Lions at the Viking 26-yard line. If Detroit scores quickly here, we have ourselves a ball game. They're down by 15 at the moment. 4 wide. Dickerson under center. Dickerson draws back. Throws down the middle, and it's nearly picked off. Should have been. Kerry Seymour, the linebacker, almost sealed the game for the Vikings there. It'll be 3rd and 6 for the Lions at the Viking 26-yard line. 6:18 left. There's time if the Lions can get a touchdown here. Dickerson in the shotgun on 3rd down. Dickerson draws back. Dickerson looking, in trouble. Dickerson has to throw it away. It'll be 4th down. He was pressured. That'll stop the clock with 6:11 left. It'll be 4th and 6 from the Viking 26. I'm sure they'll go for it. Oh, they're not going to kick. Here we go. On 4th down, 4 wide. Dickerson in the shotgun on 4th and 6. Dickerson draws back, throws down the middle, and caught by Aarons to the 20. They pick up the 1st down. A gain of 6. 6 minutes left. Clock is moving. Vikings up 23-8. 1st and 10 at the Viking 20-yard line. Lions come out 5 wide. Dickerson in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Dickerson draws back, throws down the middle, and caught by Philip White down to the 12-yard line, a gain of 8. It'll be 2nd and 2. 5.5 minutes left to play. Lions have time if they can score here in the next couple of plays. 4 wide. Dickerson in the shotgun. Dickerson draws back, throws near side, and caught. Still on his feet, Kevin Aarons, and he's out of bounds at the 8-yard line. A gain of 4 yards and a Lions 1st down. The clock is moving. 5:05 and counting. 1st and goal Detroit at the Viking 8-yard line. 5 minutes left. Lions come out. 4 to one side, the far side. 1st and goal. Dickerson in the shotgun. White in motion. Dickerson. Oh, it's a blitz, and they get him. Seymour on the sack. All the way back to the 16-yard line, a loss of 8 yards. 2nd and goal back at the 16-yard line. Kerry Seymour, he's got 3 sacks today. Doris has 3 sacks. Seymour has 3 sacks. Dickerson's been sacked 7 times total. 2nd and goal back at the 16-yard line. 4:41 and counting. Lions have to punch it in here. 2nd and goal from the 16-yard line. 4 wide, 3 to the far side. Dickerson in the shotgun. In motion is Aarons. Dickerson back. Dickerson gets sacked again by Doris. His 4th sack of the day. 8 total now on Dickerson. And that's a loss of 8 yards. It'll be 3rd and goal back at the 24-yard line. And we're coming up on 4 minutes left. Viking defense coming up big when they need to. Lions come out. 3rd and goal from the Viking 24-yard line. Dickerson under center. A draw play. What are they doing that for? Jameson picks up 2 to the 22-yard line. It'll be 4th and goal. See, a field goal does them no good here. They need a touchdown. 4th and goal from the 22-yard line. I'm sure they'll go for it. They tried to cross up the Vikings, but that didn't work. Here we go. 4th and goal from the 22-yard line. Dickerson in the shotgun, back to throw. Dickerson looking, throws deep, and it's no good. Incomplete. Broken up by Andrew Spencer, the fifth-year safety out of USC. It'll be a turnover on downs. They were looking for Isaac Peak. And Minnesota will take over up by 15 at their own 22-yard line. And that should pretty much do it for the Vikings. And the Vikings are going to be in the playoffs. They'll be a wild card. And now the loser of Atlanta and Arizona will be out because of this. 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. 4 wide, 3 to the near side. Foster hands off to Maffa, and Maffa out to the 29-yard line. A gain of 7 to be 2nd and 3. Yep, that is the case. On 2nd and 3 from the 29, 4 wide. Foster in the shotgun. Foster hands off to Maffa. They're keeping it on the ground. Gets the first down. Big gain. Maffa all the way out to the 49-yard line. A gain of 22 yards. First down, Minnesota. And David Claxton, the safety, finally makes the tackle. We're coming up on the 2-minute warning. Vikings up 23-8. There it is. U.S. Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week 17. The Vikings, on the strength of back-to-back wins to wrap up the season, are going to be a wild card. They thumped let's try that again. Maffa around the outside. 5 yards to the 44-yard line. They thumped the Chiefs last week, and they're thumping the Lions this week. The Vikings will earn a playoff spot. And the Buccaneers are out. When the day started, the Rams, Bucks, and Cowboys all had a chance, but now they're all out. 2nd and 5 from the 44-yard line. Foster in the shotgun. Hands off to Maffa. And Maffa picks up another first down out to the 38-yard line. The Lions take a timeout. They have 1 left. 1:53 remaining. Congratulations to the Vikings. They'll finish the regular season 10-6. They'll be a wild card. They can finish as high as a number 4 seed or be as low as a number 6 seed, depending on what happens. 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Foster hands off to Maffa. Maffa loses 2 yards back to the 40-yard line. Lions are going to finish at 5-11. And they'll start their vacation tonight. If you had asked me 3 weeks ago if the Vikings were going to make the playoffs, I would have said no. But they surprised everybody. They're going to be in. They hand off to Maffa again on 2nd and 12 to the 38-yard line. A gain of 2, be 3rd and 10. Lions take their final, well, they've already taken their final timeout. 1:37 and counting. So Minnesota at the moment leapfrogs Chicago. Only because the Bears haven't played yet this week. On 3rd and 10, Foster has to throw it away. It'll be 4th down. 1:03 left. That stops the clock. They did the Lions a favor by throwing there. I don't think the Lions have enough time, though, to come back. 1:03 left. They're down by 2 scores. Back to punt, James Spalding. Spalding will get the punt away. And that will drift out of bounds at the 17-yard line. So the Vikings are in as a wild card. I'm updating the standings as we speak. So the Packers, Vikings, and Bears are all going to be in. 3 from 1 division. That's pretty good. That would be something if the Vikings and the Jets got there. Lions now with 58 seconds left have it 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. We'll call it the Lambos Bowl. Dickerson back to throw on first down. Throws it deep. And caught by Neal. Touchdown. Are you kidding me? 83 yards. Dylan Neal. Hold the phones. This one just got interesting again. As Dickerson connects with Dylan Neal for 83 yards and a touchdown. They just threw it deep. Neal got behind Lawrence Burnside. Wow. Now it's 23-14. The extra point will make it 23-15. It'll make it an 8-point game. It'll make it a one-possession game. You don't go for two here. You go for one to make it a one-possession game. And now the extra point by Randy Lloyd. Kick is up, and it's good. Now 23-15. Wow. And now everybody's mother knows what's happening next. Lions will kick an onside kick. If the Vikings recover it, the game's over. Lions have to recover this. Unbelievable. All right. Randy Lloyd to kick off. Takes a nice bounce, and it's scooped up by the Vikings. John Mills scoops it up. And Minnesota's going to hold on. Yeah, he'll go play in Canada before he goes there. Vikings going to win it 23-15. Tomorrow, 6 Eastern, Redskins, Giants, Texans, Seahawks, Browns, 49ers, and the big one, the Chiefs and the Raiders. That'll be tomorrow, 6 o'clock Eastern time. In the victory formation, they're going to have to snap it twice. There's 48 seconds left. Foster takes a knee, one more snap, and this one's over. And the Vikings are in the playoffs. We'll just have to see how things pan out. They could host a game, or they could be the number 6 seed. We'll just have to see what happens. Final snap of the game. Foster takes a knee, and your final score, Minnesota 23, Detroit 15. Thanks for watching here at Jammin' Sports. We'll see you tomorrow night at 6 Eastern. Good night, everybody.